Today we're gonna build a project similar to this one for our JavaScript. Right here, it's a character counter. You're supposed to put characters and it counts it right here. And this is for the full stack developer course for FreeCodeCamp. So I'm gonna put the link below so you can follow along on the project. And this is gonna take HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. We're gonna be focusing mainly on the JavaScript because it's the JavaScript portion, but it's gonna incorporate everything. So let's begin. They already give you a boilerplate. That's the structure right here. So let's go with this. This is the example. And they're asking us to have a text area that we can put this area right here. They want us to make that area right here. It's telling us to follow that. So it's right here. We're gonna put it in the body. Let's see. So it's gonna be text area. Area is gonna have the ID of text input. Oh. ID of text input. Okay. Text area. Let's close that. So we see it over here now. Then it's asking us to do a paragraph with the ID of, what's the ID? Car count. Excuse me. Okay. P. And it's gonna have this right here on the character. Okay. Yeah. It should initially contain the text. Okay. Okay. So that we already have the bones of the HTML for now. Before I forget, because I always forget, let's do the script. I always forget, and then I'm like, why is not working? So script.js. Script. And might as well link it right here for the CSS. Link.rel style sheet, right? Then we do, what was it? Href, yeah. Yeah, I gotta review my CSS. Been focusing on JavaScript. Okay, so here we go. We already had those two. We're not gonna do that for right now. We're gonna forget about this one. So now we're gonna add the functionality for the JavaScript. So cons, we're gonna bring that text input. We're gonna name it something we can easily remember. And document dot get element by ID, right? And then what was the text input? Text input. So similar thing, so we don't get confused later on. Then counts, and then we're gonna be char count, which is the same thing, document. So we're gonna make it into a JavaScript variable so we can work with it on JavaScript. All right, and then this one is car count, right? Car count. Right, okay. So now we have those two. We have these two elements. Now let's do another one actually, because they want it to be to 50, right? So it says right here, when a 10 contains, place order should be replaced with the current 10. So as we write stuff here, this should be updated. And it should be no more than 50. Right, yeah, no more than 50. So we're gonna do this one right here, cut max length equals to 50, right? Because if I read correctly here, max length 50, they don't want us to do it through HTML. You could do it through HTML, but they want us to do it programmatically through JavaScript. So that's gonna be, and then the current one, let current length. It's gonna be 0. We're gonna start with 0, right? Then we're gonna update it. So that's 0, always there. All right, so we have all the elements we're gonna need. And let me put this back. I like this all the way in the beginning. Okay, so we have all of this. So let's add the event text input that add event listener, so we can be testing it as we work it. And this is gonna listen when we put stuff here. So the event, this is an input. So the event that we need is not click this time, it's gonna be input for this. Input. And then here we're gonna have the function, and what we're gonna call the function. Let update, update car, update count, update count. Yeah, we're gonna call it update count function, and then it's gonna be here the function. So we're gonna put this function here so we can test it out. It's gonna be update count. All right, so it's gonna be checking that. So the first thing they want us to do, oh, no, should initially be 0, like we have it here. And when you put this, it's gonna say 11 out of 50. When you put this, 17, okay, 11 out of 50. Okay, so we're gonna set this count over here, which is the character count. So we're gonna set the character count variable, the content inside text content. So this is the HTML. We're gonna set that equals to text input to the value of text input. Okay. Oh, no, the value. The length to the length of text input, right? So that gives you that. Perfect. Actually, let's make it an actual, to make it easier for all of us, we're gonna set it and we're gonna put this right here, right? That, and then we are gonna add right here the current length. So the current length is gonna be this. So we're gonna be using variables. So current length is gonna be equals to this right here. Current length. Now I gotta update it to that. So this is gonna be current length, and then divided by the matched length, which is 50. So match length. There you go. So that is gonna replace this string right here with this one, which gets replaced as we go right here, you see? Okay, so it gets added because the current length right here is being set by the length of the input. There you go. So we already have one portion. All right, so the other thing is it cannot be more than 50. All right, so it cannot be more than 50. So what we're gonna do is inside the function, we're gonna do an if. If the length, if current length is equals, is greater or equals to 50, uh, if it's 50, we're going to make sure, let's see, this is 50 characters, right here. Okay, so it keeps going. They wanted that when it's 50, you cannot keep putting stuff. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set the content of this one, so that the content inside text input dot value, the value we're gonna, no, we're gonna set text content, the content inside, right? We're gonna send the content inside the text input to text input, input value. The value, that's what you input. When you input it in a field, it gives a value. So that will be the value. What you see is the content, but what it gets put is the value. So we're gonna slice that. We're gonna slice that value, and we're gonna get it from the beginning, from 0 to the max length of 50. Max length of 50. To the max length of 50. So that will make it so we do not get more than 50. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, wait, dot value. Oops. Oh, no, still giving you, hold on, let me work this logic. Oh, that's why, because it's not written. Value. There you go. It doesn't let you put more. So it tries to go 51 because it's 1 equals. So actually I can just put it to if it's equals to 50. And then it won't let me do anymore. Oh, it will try to, but it won't let it. Okay. So, oops, that's why. 250. Yeah, I broke it with the stuff. Oh, because once you do 51, okay, it has to be graded that. Because then it will stop at 50, but then 151, this logic will break. Okay, so this is the logic right here. So we have it. Yeah, stops it right there so it doesn't let you. And they also want us, what else? To make it red. So we make that. And we're gonna change the text input. Oh, no. They want the character. Okay, so we want the character count on what we're doing. Style, the style color. Style color, and we're gonna make it red, they say, right? Red. Okay. That's what they want. Okay, there you go. See? So if it gets to 50, then it goes red. So essentially that's all the JavaScript. We have it, which doesn't look like the exact thing over here, but the functionality is the same. So over here they stop right at 50 and it gets red. Ours stops at 51. So maybe we can math length -1 and then see that. Yeah, it starts right there at 50. So now we have a basically functionality. It should pass. It should pass all these tests. Hello world should be 11. Okay, the beginning. Hold on. Should be 11. There you go. So that's that. So essentially, okay, text input hello coder 11 out of 50. Oh, okay. So we have to change this right here, space. Okay, so that should pass it. There you go. If the character count is equals to 50, the user shouldn't be able to enter more characters. Yeah, grade that on equal to 50. They don't. They have no ability to make more. So that should pass. I may need to remove that to let it pass this specific test. Oh, there you go, and it passed. Okay, so the functionality for JavaScript is there. Now we're just gonna make it pretty. We know it works and it passes all the tests for this. So let's go into this CSS. So we already have all the JavaScript done. So what we're gonna do here, body, and let's change the color to the background. So we're doing pretty good with the JavaScript. We're gonna make it light blue because I like light blue. Okay, there you go, light blue. What else are we gonna do with this? Oh, we're gonna make, let me see here. we're gonna add this in a container actually. Div, and we're gonna make it ID and make it container. Let's wrap this in a container. And to make this that we know things are here, and yeah, this is the container. So we're gonna make the container container. We're gonna make it gray. Oh, background gray, right? Yeah, there you go, gray. And that needs some padding. I do not like padding. We're gonna give it 5 px. There you go. Yeah, I like the padding and do it there. And this div, we're gonna put it in the center actually. So touch a line, center. There you go. I like that. And the width of this is too big. Yeah, it takes the whole space. So we're gonna make the width to be no bigger than 400 px. Yeah, yeah, that's big enough. Also, we're gonna align this in the middle of everything else. So margin, we're gonna do 0, 0 and auto. There you go. Now it's in the middle. Perfect, middle. And actually, I want to bring it this too high from there. Oh, let's add some stuff. Let's add actually a few more stuff in the HTML. For example, right above the container, we're gonna do an H1, and it's gonna be Mughals car counter. Counter? Yeah, yeah. There you go. Mughals car counter. So we're gonna put that there, and let's just put it here, H1, and we're gonna center align that. Touch align. We're gonna do center. There you go. Let's give it a font family. I don't remember the family, so we're gonna check once because there's too many. Font family list. Let's do a list right here. You see, font family list is over here. What's a good one? Something for this. All looks normal, pretty normal. Oh, okay, we're gonna brush script empty. Brush script empty. Brush script empty. Oh, there you go. Mughal, da da da. Perfect. I like that. Let's add the P. What are we gonna do for the P? We're just gonna add font family sans serif. I'm not gonna mess too much with this sans serif. There you go. Put it like that. And one more padding on the top. Actually, padding top. And we're gonna make padding to 10 px. Yeah, and maybe a little bit padding bottom, and a 5 px. Yeah, doesn't need too much. There you go. Okay, so let's make this round now. Border. Let's add a border. We're gonna do a 1 px, and we are gonna make it solid. And what is it? Gray. So then border radius, and we're gonna make it 10%. 10%. That's too much. That makes it ugly. Let's make it 5%. There you go. That's not bad. Actually, let's make that border thicker. There you go. Let's add a little shadow to that border. Mm, actually, when this one, I just thought about this one. Let's add, you know what? We should make the whole container actually white in here. Yeah, or gray actually. So the H1 should be inside this container. Boom, there we go. So padding top for the container, let's just do 5. No, actually let's 0. Why? We don't need that much. There you go. It's good like that. So we can get rid of this. So that, and let's do Mugo. You know what color? Let's give it a color too. Uh, Color, we're gonna do light blue to match the outside. Oh, that's okay. And let's do text shadow. Text shadow, and we're gonna do 2px, and then 2px, and then we're gonna do it black. Black. Yeah, I think black is gonna be, yeah. Oh, and let's add a blur, a little bit of a blur. There, oh, there you go. Now I like that. Now we got some of that. So it's not looking too bad. Yep, it's right there. Just a little bit of all this stuff. I mean, it's looking our own version of this. I mean, we can highlight it, but I don't really care. Can highlight it, and or we can make the character count outside of the. Well, I guess we can just make this one and everything outside, but I like this here. We can just put this outside if we wanted to. If we really wanted to, we can definitely just take the character count outside and put this outside of the div. If we really want to, just put it here. And then we'll just have to move this over here with a P. Then we're just gonna do center align. Text align, and then center, and then put it there. So that wouldn't do it. And we'll do padding button, do 10 for this. Yeah, so we can just put it this like this. And we're gonna remove some of the padding for this for the top because padding top 0. And my oh, it's because it's a heading, so it already has naturally some of the stuff. So yeah, so it doesn't need to be that big of a thing right here because of the heading. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. I I I feel very satisfied. We can even make this a little smaller to have it more compact actually. There you go. So we have a little counter thing. We can always make it a little bigger and just be over here. There you go. And we can do the -1 to make it to the 50. But there you go, Moogle's car counter. Let's do character counter. Just to have it, you know, character counter. There you go, Moogle's character counter. And with this, we should be done. We have our own styling and everything. Let's do the test. And there we go. Let's download this solution. And submit and go. We are good. So you should have already the link in the description. So if you want to follow along, try it out. And if you have any questions, just put it in the description. Follow along with JavaScript courses and the full stack development course in FreeCodeCamp. Have a good one.